So I made up a an addendum to the Georgia Guidestones that will factor in the choice for humans. And so yeah, we have definitely humanity under a spell of what it means to be alive and what it means to be dead. And so we need to dispel this rumor that tumors are something that is horrible. They're only horrible on bodies that are not keeping up with the evolution in the rest of their community and the rest of their body and the rest of their family, whatever. Tumors are a sign that there is growth. Okay? The fact that we have this belief system that when you have a tumor is something that needs to be destroyed is the fact that the body is already on a death trajectory, and any kind of evolution is going to destroy that body because the body can't handle that growth and evolution because it has not been supported correctly through politics, religion, and science. And so I have actually seen the evolution in my dog, and her little tumor that she has on the top of her head, which is softening, it actually is a sign that she is taking in the evolution of her community, of her body, of her environment, and she is evolving. And the fact that it's not angry and it's not taking up resources in the rest of her body shows that, yeah, it is basically an antenna to the universe. And so, that's the reason why immortality will never be in the world of the allopathic holistic community or the energy healing community, is because they have looked at any type of growth that is evolution as something to destroy. And then slowing down the death process as an illusion of life, but the eventuality is death, is the illusions that we're living within. And so one must understand the dualities of life and death as far as the illusions of what life are and what death are. And there is a third option. There is indefinite life, because there's three options when it comes to life and death. There's the illusion of life, which is a very slow death process. There's actual death. And then there's indefinite life. And so if you believe in destroying tumors on a body that is already working with the evolution, then you're destroying any type of evolving life potential. And so I know with the Jilly Juice and my dog and the food supply, the tumor is a sign of evolution. However, on a body that is degrading and aging, on a body that believes that people should not live indefinitely, a tumor is going to be looked at as something that's going to be something that needs to be destroyed, no different than your belief system that a person should be destroyed at some point, somewhere in the future. You don't know when, you don't want to die tomorrow, but you think that sometime in the future you should die. And so any sign of life that is, that is showing that's an evolution, then that's the oncology department. That's the veterinary world. That is the holistic cannabis world, is to destroy life when it tries to evolve. But of course, it can't evolve correctly on a body that is so deficient. So yeah, if you have a dog and your dog has tumors and you're not supporting that dog correctly, you're going to try to destroy anything that's going to try to evolve it because you haven't supported that dog correctly over time. You got a dog that had predispositions. You just wanted to have that dog for 15 years and that's it. And then you're okay with the dog just degrading to nothing, to where then you eventually have to put it down because you don't want it to suffer. But no, Jilly Juice is completely different. And so, yeah, I mean, my dog right now is the epitome of a dog that's evolving, that's looking at tumors in a very different way than what the allopathic holistic oncology departments are doing. I mean, look at your friends and family that have gone through chemotherapy and radiation. How many years have been taken off their lives? Yeah, they may have escaped the perception they were going to die because they were diagnosed, but if they actually supported their body correctly, they would be in remission and maybe never ever see cancer ever again. And maybe that tumor might actually fall off. But no, that's not the purview of the oncology department and of the allopathic holistic. So what do? They will destroy any type of new life that's in the body, new evolution. And then guess what? The dog, the person will have years taken off their life to where eventually they will have to be destroyed because you don't want them to suffer. That's why we have palliative care, to make the end days of your life be a little bit palatable. But how is watching somebody die palatable? How is watching your animal die palatable? Oh, but let me tell you, those that believe that people should die will justify the death process in any way, shape, or form. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting to watch and hear people's reactions to how I deal with my animal going through an evolutionary process, and then how I actually am going through my evolutionary process. I mean, look, I made the 10 mission statements in addendum to the Georgia Guidestones, and yeah, the mission statements: giving humanity the factual gifts of life and balance through transparency, not the illusions of life and balance. The illusions of life and balance are offered in the holistic allopathic world. They want a slow death process with periods of plateauing. But as soon as you start evolving, they're going to try to destroy that evolution very quickly. And the evolution comes in the form of tumors and cancer. Transparency and the intention of the influencer, who may also be selling a perception, a lifestyle, an illusion. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are not very transparent in their intentions. And they're selling a lifestyle. They're selling a perception. They're selling an illusion. And I see it in my Jelly Juice world, and I also see it out there in the YouTube influencer truther world. Redefining politics, religion, and science in an equitable way, balancing the needs of the community and acknowledging past deceptions, which right now is going on. I mean, it's done through the movies like the Walking Dead. They're acknowledging past indiscretions. So that's why there's a reset. That's why the zombies are, they're balancing force to say, okay, this was our past indiscretions. We're sorry. And here we're going to try to do something different. Honoring those who have realized the error of their ways and forgive them for past indiscretions. Absolutely. If someone actually owns up to what they thought was the right way and turns out it was a wrong way, and they've created some havoc, then, if they actually are owning up to and being accountable for what they did, then you forgive them and you move on. There's no reason to keep rehashing the past. Integrity in all things the influencer says, does, and promotes. Undivided personalities and beliefs are a must. That's the whole point of the Jelly Juice, is you're not divided in your personality. You're not one way in one world, another way in another world, and those two worlds never, ever conjoin. Okay? I mean, have integrity in all of your worlds and learn how to speak in a way that does provide integrity. Balancing what you want versus what you need by factoring in your environment, your family, and your community. Yeah, because they have sold people, selling them that a want into a need by tapping into their biochemistry, by manipulating their biochemistry. Intelligently communicating your ideas using your own words by speaking plainly with a little passion, leaving no room for interpretation. Oh my gosh, there's so much interpretation in politics, religion, and science. So that's why people are able to manipulate and sell an illusion, because everyone has a different way of looking at the world. And so if you leave it open for interpretation, they'll just, take what you're doing and apply it to their body, and the end result is still death. And so you can sell them the illusion of life and the illusion of balance by, destroying their evolution through yoga, through all these different mediums, and they think that that's life. And then in the end result, guess what? They're dying anyways. And so what did you do? You just helped accelerate that. That's the selling the wants versus the needs. So intelligently communicating your ideas using your own words, speaking plainly, which I said, leaving no room for interpretation, identifying what works in your world without censoring yourself through fear and unresolved issues. Okay, so identify what works in your world without censoring yourself through fear and unresolved issues. And that means that you're able to articulate in all of your worlds what works and what doesn't work. That doesn't leave any room for interpretation. You're not afraid of somebody's responses to you, and you're able to articulate your response to somebody's, reaction in a way that does, promote an understanding, so there isn't that confusion. And then daily analysis of how your personal body, mind, and spirit are evolving and changing up your routine, occasionally to promote another layer of awareness. So, I tell you what, people can get caught up in loops and routines, and even and I think in the beginning when I first started doing Jilly Juice, I drank a lot, and I drank like 2 cups after every meal, and then I changed it up and drank like a bunch, like, at the beginning of the week, and then drank a bunch at the end of the week. I mean, I changed up so much, even changed the salt from the 1 teaspoon to the 1 tablespoon. And definitely I saw so many different layers of awareness because I changed up my routine. And so what I ask is that you guys do get out of your ruts and you change up your routine so that way you can see something totally different. Okay? And then also, yeah, encourage your children to understand the dualities within politics, religion, and science. And then tell them they have the power to develop their own third option that is not promoted within politics, religion, and science. Okay, so if you are parroting what goes on in politics, religion, and science, the dualities, and you haven't developed your own third option that is totally independent of what is being said out there, then yeah, regurgitation is going to be so easy. The whole point of the J Juice is the ability to innovate, providing another option that is not being offered out there but still promotes life. Okay, and that means that if you are doing the J Juice and you're finding that, okay, within this world that you're in, let's say you're a musician and you're doing J Juice, well, could you offer some kind of glimpse of what your lifestyle is and what you have found that works for you to work with your lifestyle? Because there's so many different lifestyles out there. What has worked with your lifestyle? What hasn't worked with your lifestyle? What other awareness have you figured out? Do you even have an awareness? I mean, okay, so that's one of the biggest things that I would like for my Jilly Juice crowd is to figure out how to talk about their journey on J Juice, giving people a mirror so they can see that it's possible for them. And so, these 10 tenets that are going to be in addendum to the Georgia Guidestones are giving people the choice. The sanctity of the humanity is giving them the choice in the matter. They don't have to buy into the oncological ways of reactions to evolution, because that's what tumors are. They're freaking growths. They are evolution that needs to be distributed correctly. And it takes time for tumors to be able to distribute that energy in such a balanced way where the tumors don't exist. But you go and take something that is antibiotic and destroy that tumor, you're destroying any possible way of evolving. But you have to support that evolution correctly. And if you're afraid of tumors, then most likely you're applying antibiotics to your life all over the place, so you can't afford to grow. And there's no evolution going to be in your body, mind, or spirit, and definitely not in your communication or your written communication or your verbal communication. And so that is going to be the pushback from those that are really believing in the death process. They will find every way possible to destroy any kind of life out there. But they'll sell the illusion that they are trying to save your life. That's the illusion that I'm actually exposing, is the illusions of life out there through the death process. And that is a hard pill to swallow for those that think the thought that the medical holistic system were promoting life. No, they're promoting a manipulation to your body, mind, and spirit. And the end result is, guess what? The outcome is the intention. Even though that's what humans have believed for eons. But how can you possibly think that applying antibiotics to a body is life-giving when the end result is death, either now or way down the road, and think that you can do a Hail Mary by doing J Juice or something else at the 11th hour is going to save you like a miracle cure? No, anyone that does J Juice at the 11th hour thinking it's going to be a Hail Mary is deluded into thinking that there is some kind of magical cure. There is no magical anything. It's either you promote life or you promote death, and your lifestyle and belief system is going to then culminate into the actual outcome. And so if you believe in life, then you're going to have to do J Juice, eat food, deal with the pain, deal with the waterfalls and deal with maybe taking breaks here and there and dealing with all the feelings of uncomfortableness until you can get to the next level. And if that is not your purview, if that is not your belief system, then yes, you will have a very predictable life and you will destroy any evolution and any new thought process out there. And it's so obvious. We have a lot of demigods of death out there that will promote the illusion of life. They'll look cute. They'll write some really clever, witty writings. They'll try to reach out to me through different mediums, thinking that they're going to convert me. But I'm sorry, you believe in death. I believe in life. There's no way that we're going to be having it, working from the same platform. So it's like, you understand that my dog she is doing so amazing. Oh my God, I'm so proud of her because I believe that she should live. But some people don't believe that their animals should live for a long time. Remember, some people believe the animals are only there to entertain them and that's it. They don't really believe that they actually have a soul that wants to live. Okay? And so, yes, they're going to treat animals and treat humans as if they were expendable. And there is that out there too. There are a lot of people who exploit the energy of animals and exploit the energy of their friends and family because to them they are expendable. Well, I'm saying, you know what? Animals are not expendable and humans are not expendable. You are a very important person, and that animal is a very important animal to its environment and to its life and to you. And if you don't respect yourself and your friends and family or your animal, then you're going to treat them as if they were a commodity to be bought and sold on the open market, which is a lot out there. There are a lot of people who are commodifying their friends, their family, their animals, their children, everything that they can commodify, everything has a price. And so I see it, I get it, and I don't agree with it. And so if you're promoting that animals are expendable, then, oh, sorry. But I'm going to go. I think I'm skipping. So you guys have a good day. Bye.